My name's Graeme Scott. I run a company called Modern Amp, and this is how I got started. No one put a pile of cash on my desk and said, let's start a company. I had to bootstrap this, and for me that meant a couple of things. It meant that I kept working, which turns out to be a great thing. I really like my job. I don't come home frustrated or exhausted. I come home and I play with my son, hang out with my family, and work on my amp. It meant that I felt very secure. I wasn't worried about paying the bills or putting food on the table, and I could really spend time working on the amplifier, getting it to be a great amp. I hired a designer and I hired a wood shop to help me through the whole building process. And those guys know more about the history of design and working with fancy computer programs and working with wood and producing in wood than I do. But the time I was able to spend without any external pressures or timetables or return on investment on the amplifier meant that I was able to become the expert on this amp. And I would take the plans and I would redraw them over and over again in Google SketchUp, working the plans over and over until finally I got those last 4 screws off of the amp. And all of a sudden I realized I had a seamless amplifier. There's no external screws everywhere, and I felt that I finally had something really special that I could go to market with. And I don't think I would have gotten there had I not been lucky enough to have a great job, had I not been lucky enough to find the wood shop and the designer that I hired to work with and learn so much from. And that's how I got started. I don't think I'd want to do it a different way.